We've got a brand new Fallout 76 trailer, which I'm going to play for you in just a moment, as well as more in-depth details and a look, our very first look at character creation in Fallout 76. Now, something really cool to note about the upcoming trailer is the fact that you can actually become a type of mutant in Fallout 76, so that's really cool. But guys, you'll definitely want to stay tuned to your 2 open world games, because I'm going to be showing off some brand new details about Fallout 76 from QuakeCon in case you missed it. But here we go. Enjoy the brand new gameplay of character creation and the new trailer.
You wake up in the vault, it's Reclamation Day. We have a full, customize your character like we've had before. It's even better now. And let's go a little bit. You get to take your ID badge. We've added this photo mode in the game that's really, really cool.
The photo mode allows you to change your field of view, zoom in, zoom out, you'll see all the filters that are coming up. You can do this both here when you take your badge, it's like a training tutorial for it, and then you can do it anytime you want out in the wild with your friends, with dead enemies, with live enemies. We have also added this to our load screen system. There's not a lot of loads in our game, but when you fast travel, there's a little one. And so any of the pictures you've taken there will pop up like a random deck along with our curated photos. This came out of a game jam. We do these game jams in the middle of projects to see what new features we want to try to add in, and this was one of our favorite ones.
Yeah, it turned out really, really great.
And fun for socially shareable stuff too, even
Exactly.
offline. You kind of
with your friends. And so, again, you make your character as a whole host of it. You can take pictures where you want. You can also, anytime in the game, change how your character looks.
Peggy 18.
You will emerge. Today's episode, Being a Better You. In life, we must each deal with the hand we are dealt, performing our assigned role to the best of our capacity. But after total atomic annihilation, you may find the hand you were dealt has been reshuffled. Yes, gone are the simple days of yesteryear. Now the common workman must also be a covert operative. The farmer, a master of the martial arts. The ice cream man, a nuclear physicist. How will you make sense of it all? Simple. Turn to your official Vault-Tec training materials. With these powerful tools in hand, you'll learn to make the most of your natural abilities and better understand what makes you special. Use them to be the best you can be, or someone even better. Your survival depends on it. With your future secure, share your newfound knowledge with others for great benefit. But remember, there's power in diversity. Sometimes who we are isn't a choice at all. In fact, at a particular point in your young life, you may notice that your body has begun going through certain unfamiliar changes. No, it's not puberty, it's mutation. Thanks to our old pal radiation, your DNA has become more interesting. See here? You've now gained the unique abilities of a marsupial in exchange for a mild neurological impairment. Now you've learned how to be a better you. You are completely prepared to achieve your full potential in the role of your choosing. As a hand-picked resident of Vault 76, it is your duty to carefully review your Vault-Tec-provided films yearly to fully prepare for the day when you will emerge.
Next, we'll show you stepping out of the vault and the first level up and kind of dig into that some. So you get if you hit level 2, when you step out, you kind of complete the initial vault thing. And the first thing you do when you level up is pick a special that you want to increase. If you played previous Fallouts, we have all the 7 specials. And after you pick the one you want to increase, you then pick a perk in that special. So here we're choosing Gladiator, which is a melee perk. And then that is a card. As you can see, the perk system, the perks are cards. And then you equip those, and every special is a pool of points for the cards you want to equip. And each card has, I don't want to say mana cost, but a point cost for how powerful that card is, and do you have the right special for equipping it.
Right. And is it flexible, or am I jumping ahead? Do you have...
There's some more on that we can get into and show you how flexible it is and why we made some of the choices that we did. But let's keep going, and then we can spend some time when we see a more complete character. Okay, this is a level up to level 4. So we picked some more cards, but we wanted to show you how the cards themselves rank up.
Okay.
So you can pick that card again. So by picking Gladiator again, you can then combine that card with the other one to create a more powerful version, but it costs more points.
Right.
So sometimes you may decide, well, I only want the 1-point version equipped for my character build versus the more powerful 2-point version because I'm using my strength stats in some other way. Yeah, so I think that probably makes sense, yes. I hope.
But there's more than 4 levels in the game.
Yes. The levels keep going up and up and up. We don't want to make a game where you have to stop leveling. But we had to make some very interesting decisions on what that means for a multiplayer game for balance. So let's run the next one where we see it's a much higher level character.
Right.
I think it's in the 40s. So here we are, and you'll see a character that's much further along. Picking Charisma. We can talk about Charisma, is interesting.
Yeah.
Here's a perk that lets mutations act better with groups. And so you can pick any perk that you meet the requirements for when you level up. There's no randomness there. And here's what it looks like with a character that's further along. We've upped the cap for each special to 15 from 10. That allows better balance for which cards you're equipping. And the cards right now go from 1 point up to 5 points in power. And then as you level up, more cards become available.
I've got a bunch of questions about that, but I
want on there and chat a little bit. Keep going.
Okay. But I wanted to ask about charisma. Should I ask that later? Or about
we can talk about that now. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris. How does charisma work in an online game? If we're not talking about NPCs that you can influence, what does charisma do for you?
That was a very interesting discussion amongst the team to try to figure out what do we do with charisma. But it made sense in a multiplayer game that a player that invests points in charisma and collects those cards, they can share those cards with their teammates. So we've developed a system where that player that invests can become the person that makes your entire team more powerful by sharing those cards. We did throw a few cards in there for the single player. I think we have one. It's Lone Wolf, as I recall.
Lone Wanderer.
Oh, Lone Wanderer, right. So if you can still pick some charisma cards if you're more of a solo kind of player, but the person that plays in groups all the time will probably invest more there.
Cool.
Yeah. And you probably saw before, again, when you level up, you get, these are the cards that come into the sets you can pick from when you're level 4 or 5, whatever. Right. We also experimented with, well, how do we add some more fun to it and give you more choices? And so we have added, because they're cards, perk card packs. And every few levels, initially every 2 levels, you get a perk card pack, and that has 4 random cards. Again, you could have picked these, but it gives you some more interesting choice that you might not have picked to give you some flexibility in your character. And then later on, you get them every 5. But let's look at a perk card pack opening, because they're a ton of fun. We do have gold. That one's great. We have gold cards that animate. Of course, you get a joke and a stick of gum.
Nice.
And the gum, actually, for fun, is a very slight. It reduces your hunger for a while if you chew the gum.
Nice.
And so they're a ton of fun. When you hit that level and you're like, oh, it's level 6. All right, I get a pack. You get to pick your regular perk. and then also see like, okay, I got these other ones. Is there something I want to swap out? And that's something good to talk about is the swapping
Right.
Of the perks.
Right, because you mentioned that the packs help you discover something you might not have known you wanted, but how flexible is the system, Jeff?
Sorry, Gary.
Go ahead.
You can swap out perks anytime. Generally, again, to reiterate, when you level up, you pick a special. You get a point in that special, which is the pool of points that you can slot perks into. You also get to pick one perk per level. Generally, you'll pick the perk from the special you chose, but you can also pick other perks if you have available points. And then these are wild cards. So every 2 levels from level 1 to 10, and then every 5 levels after, you'll get one of those perk packs. And what they allow you to do is to experiment with some other builds and cards you might not normally have played. Remember, you do start with 1 point in each special, so you will have unused points from the beginning too, where you can try just slotting these in right off the bat. What we have found is that allows players to go, hey, what are these luck perks? And why do I really want to search containers for extra ammo? And as you play a survival game, you go, wow, getting extra ammo in containers is really valuable. And those, remember, you can also share those perks. So if you have perks to share ammo and you share that on your team, every member of the team can then find more ammo in containers. And these all rank up. So eventually you're getting like huge bonuses in the amount of ammo or food you're finding, or your carry weight's a big deal in this game. A lot of interesting back and forth with developers on how much you can carry or not. And you see those cards at first, you're like, well, that's not as cool as being able to do plus 20% damage with my pistol. But in a survival game, being able to carry more means you'll be able to carry more pistols. So there's a lot of ways that interplay, and there are so many cards in here, hundreds, and you're able to really do these cool builds and swap things in and out. And then I'm on a team. I have a great perk for this team that you might not want to carry. Lone Wanderer is a perfect example of that. Lone Wanderer, as soon as I play that when I'm playing solo all the time, because it gives me a bonus to my experience and damage. And as soon as I get on a team, I turn that off because I'm on a team now, it doesn't work, and I'll equip a different card that I can share with my team.
So when you say builds, you're not really talking about sitting there and having multiple kind of decks. You're talking about having more of a baseline and then making little changes here and there quickly and easily. Is that a kind of a correct way of putting it? Or?
Yeah, your character, you're still progressing the way you would expect in an RPG, and it's kind of growing and growing and growing. So it's kind of what Jeff was saying. You're swapping out a thing here or there. The perk packs can also sometimes give you a perk that is, we intentionally do this, you might get 1 or 2 that from a pack of cards that is a higher level than you are. So it's like a few levels in shooting distance. So you say like, oh, I didn't even know that was a perk. Maybe I want to pick agility on my next level up because the game has given me this other perk and I just want to try it out. The other thing is, this is the multiplayer part of it, that when you hit level 50, you don't get to give out a special point anymore. So that doling out strength and all that stops at level 50, but you still get to pick cards. So that gives us a continuing thing where, okay, I hit level 73, and I'm still like, you know what? I never got to pick that perk, because again, there's hundreds of them. I'll go pick that one. I want to try it out. So you're not, but we're still capping the power curve ramp that in our other games, like a Skyrim or a Fallout 4, just like your character keeps getting more and more and more and more powerful, and we knew we couldn't really have that in this one.
You talk about the discovery of perks, too, and how you might discover them in a card pack. You might see your friend using one that you never thought you'd use. Have any of you, in your own internal playtesting, found a perk that you never thought you would use that you're like, wow, this is really cool? Chris?
All the time.
Any recent examples?
Well, I remember when I first started playing the game, I did exactly what Todd alluded to, or Jeff, where I've always picked the % damage perk. Because
Right.
I'm thinking, okay, I just want to do more damage. As I played the game and discovered there's a lot of value in doing things like building up your camp and doing a lot of exploration and gathering resources, I started to actually take perks I would have never picked in a single-player game to reduce the amount things weigh so that I can actually carry more junk. So I can then bring that back to my camp. And I find that I'd swap that out a lot. Like if I'm playing by myself and doing more exploration, I tend to use those kinds of perks. But if I play in a group, we typically have some objective in mind. It's something we want to go and kill, and then I might swap some of those out for the more traditional damage perks.
Yeah, Jeff, anything for you that emerged recently that you didn't think you would use, but now you're using?
I can't think of anything particular. I did get one of those weird mutations the other day, though. They're a lot of fun, too. So I was playing, and all of a sudden, when you have a lot of rads is when you're susceptible to mutations, like in real life. And then I got a mutation called bird bone, but I didn't realize I'd gotten it. And all of a sudden, I was over-equipped, which is always a frustrating experience in a game. And I'm like, why am I over-equipped? And I looked and I had this perk, and it let me jump extra high, but it lowered my strength. So again, like the way the dynamic systems work is incredible. And you can spend a lot of time in that perk menu, but remember, it is a live game, so make sure you're in a safe place.
And then I have another question. Who gets to write the jokes in the gum wrappers?
That is Emil Pagliarulo, or he does all of the jokes.
Master of the memes.
He's done that for us for a long
Yeah.
time. He wrote the arrow in the knee. That wasn't really a joke.
What?
It became a joke. It wasn't a joke. That poor guy. So Emil wrote all of those.
So let's switch gears. I want to get to some of the questions that we've gathered up from the community. I'm going to call this the thunder round. Usually we do a lightning round, but we've got a half hour here. We're going to take our time. We're going to thunder through some really tough questions that we gathered up from the community.